News 46 is brought to you by Southwest Medical Associates. Look for news about their latest healthcare center opening soon in your neighborhood. Southwest Medical Associates. Now that's powerful medicine. News 46 is also brought to you by Red Apple Fireworks. You've never seen anything like it. Nevada's elite fireworks shopping experience. Red Apple Fireworks.
Tonight on News 46, a high-impact accident at Bell Vista injures 3.
And a local business is saved due to a quick response.
A suspected intoxicated driver is arrested at an accident. News 46 starts now.
You're watching KPVM News 46 with Rick Vale and Rhonda Van Winkle. Local coverage from Deanna O'Donnell and news across Nevada with Janet Eric. News 46. Local coverage you can count on.
Good evening. It's Monday, July 25th, 2011. I'm Deanna O'Donnell.
And I'm Rhonda Van Winkle for News 46. Topping our news tonight, the Nye County Sheriff's Office has issued an official press release regarding 2 suspects, one who is an adult and one who is a juvenile. The first suspect, 18-year-old Ryan Patrick McLean, allegedly met a 15-year-old juvenile female through a mutual friend via text message in June of this year. With a day of texting, chatting, according to the sheriff's report, Ryan McLean allegedly went to the juvenile female's residence in the early hours of the morning. After having a conversation for a while, the suspect, Ryan McLean, and the juvenile female reportedly entered the female's bedroom by means of a bedroom window. After entering the bedroom, the suspect allegedly had intercourse with the juvenile female. According to the press release, Mr. McLean and the juvenile female, whose name is being withheld, repeated the same conduct 1 week later. The second suspect, who is a 15-year-old male juvenile whose name is being withheld due to his age, was interviewed about the incident as a possible witness. During the same interview, the male juvenile admitted to having lied to the deputies to protect Ryan McLean. He will be facing charges in regards to interfering with an investigation. 18-year-old Ryan Patrick McLean was taken into custody on suspicion of the following charges: statutory sexual seduction ×2. He is being held without bail. The juvenile suspect was taken into custody and released to the juvenile probation office. This case is still under investigation with more possible victims. If anybody has information regarding the case, please contact the Nye County Sheriff's Office at 751-7000.
Well, is the Pahrump Tourism and Convention Advisory Board thinking of the town of Pahrump and as far as economic development? Tomorrow, item number 9 is suggesting an award of over $11,000 on a contract to a California company that could extend to $16,000 if it's approved. Local TV production company KPVM-TV also bid on this Pahrump video. KPVM has had a video produced since 2001, and several real estate developers and town officials have used this video for this purpose. The discussion and possible decision to approve the recommendation from the Pahrump Tourism and Convention Council Advisory Board to award RFP 2011-01, the Pahrump Promotional video, with the existing material that KPVM has in its archives and local employees working on such a project. This would keep Pahrump's economic budget working in the town of Pahrump. KPVM's bid was almost $4,000 under M Creative Group. This is an out-of-state company, by the way. Nye County is number 5 on the most economically stressed counties in the United States. This award would be devastating to Pahrump as well as to our local economy. Please support KPVM in the effort to keep business local.
Okay, so I guess we'll have more right after this break. Please keep it here.
No.
Well, 3 people were injured last night on Highway 160 in Bell Vista as a result of a 2-vehicle accident. A landing zone was established so Mercy Air could safely land on scene for one woman who sustained severe injury to her ankle.
Yes, we had a motor vehicle accident. It was a serious impact, high damage to both vehicles.
T-bone type collision, and our investigation revealed that there was actually 3 people trapped, 2 in one vehicle and 1 in the other. Extrication was completed in a timely fashion. All patients were removed. 1 patient was flown from the scene by Mercy Air 21 and to the trauma center, and the other 2 patients then went to local facilities.
And I know that we had Rescue 15. We had a couple ambulances there on scene as well.
Yeah, because of the nature of we had 3 people entrapped, we had brought the heavy rescue as well as our rescue engine, and then there was 2 ambulances with a command vehicle and Mercy Air.
Because of the high impact, especially on one of those vehicles, you guys had to actually use the jaws life. How did you cut them out of the car?
Yeah, actually the jaws, as you referred to them, were used on all 3 of the patients. And we did modified door pops, which means we displaced the door to allow the opening to occur and allow us to facilitate the removal of the patients.
And I know that one person in particular was in kind of bad shape, but they were airlifted. Are they expected to make a recovery?
I don't think it was a life-threatening issue, but until they get into trauma and they're fully assessed by the trauma team, we're kind of at the liberty of not knowing exactly how badly they're hurt on the scene.
And a friendly reminder to please completely pull over to the side of the road on both sides of the roadway when emergency vehicles are passing.
Very good. And emergency crews responded to a structure fire last night at Country Express Deli on the north side of town.
Just a little after 11 p.m. last night, we were dispatched for the report of a structure fire at the Country Express store on Highway 160. Crews upon arrival found smoke showing from what we would call the Division B side, which was the north side of the building, through the gable vents. Crews made an entry through the front door. They searched out the fire and found it to be on the 2nd floor of the building. They quickly knocked the fire down, and there was no further extension. There was heavy smoke and heat throughout the building, but again, it was able to be minimized as far as a really astute deputy last evening. Deputy Robin Beck was actually out there, and it's my understanding she was there for an investigation of a burglar alarm. Yeah. And she took those extra couple steps to make sure that the building was secure, and in doing so, she discovered smoke showing. So she immediately reported us, and the rest of this history.
That was saving that whole business right there. The alarm call came through, and she just saw that little bit of smoke. And you guys got there so quickly, able to knock down that blaze really quick.
Yeah, it was very fortunate, again, because as you mentioned, what Robin had as far as observations wasn't a heavy smoke condition pouring from the outside of the building yet. It was in that stage where it was just beginning to present. Yeah. But when we went into the building, the crews found heavy fire conditions on that 2nd floor. There was high temperatures, a lot of smoke and heat throughout. But it just really worked out well. The crews had a great response. They did everything in a timely fashion. The location of a hydrant out front established a water supply timely. So everything worked in our favor.
Usually when people discover a building that's non-occupied on fire, it's usually well established by that point.
Exactly. Usually you have heavy fire or flame showing most of the time through the roof. In this case, though, just those traces of smoke is what activated the system last night.
You guys opened the front door of the building. I know that the owner was on their way. What type of tool did you use to open that front door?
It's actually a Halligan bar. It's a pry tool, and it was a relatively simple method. And as you mentioned, the owner did arrive on location and then gave us some keys for other areas of the building. So it worked out really well. It was minimal firefighter damage to the building last night. It was strictly the event itself.
And we think that this is electrical fire. You guys followed up with an investigation this morning?
Yeah, the investigation's ongoing, but it looks like we're looking at a probable electrical origin on the 2nd floor in a room that's designated for storage and some other issues.
So they're going to be shut down for a little while they're repairing this?
They'll go through a claims process with their insurance company. We were able to, with the help of a local certified electrician, to isolate the power to that area so they're able to keep their refrigeration and things going to avoid food spoilage.
Exactly, and that helps in the long run too as well. So this was up in a 2nd-story area.
Yes, this is actually a 2-story building with a section that actually has a 2nd floor.
And what do we all have as far as response? I know that we had quite a few units there. Because it was a structure fire for a business, I know we had at least 3 water tenders. Yeah,
we had a number of apparatus there. There was 3 ambulances on location, 3 water tenders, a Type 1 engine, a command vehicle, and we had a good crew turnout. Several of the volunteers were also there in a timely fashion, and they handled some additional calls that were dispatched.
And one person was arrested at the scene of a 2-vehicle accident on Friday night at Homestead and Thousand Air. A two-vehicle accident on Friday night, which was originally thought to be a non-injury accident, changed slightly after Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue were called off scene and then required to respond once again. One vehicle sustained major damage. That person inside that vehicle declined medical attention on scene. The other vehicle, which sustained moderate impact, had two people complaining of stomach and arm pain. Nye County Sheriff's deputies conducted a field sobriety test on scene as well as a breathalyzer test. The male driver was taken into custody and booked on suspicion of intoxication. The other two were transported to Desert View Hospital, complaining of minor injuries. Nye County Sheriff's deputies are investigating the cause of this accident. This is Deanna O'Donnell for News 46.
Thank you, Deanna. And coming up after the break, we'll have Smiles Across Pahrump.
And another two-vehicle accident over the weekend.
Please keep it here. Welcome back to News 46. A brand new driver to the roadway was quickly broken in Saturday morning at Highway 372 at Pahrump Valley Boulevard.
Hi, how are you doing? Yes, two-vehicle accident, 372 Pahrump Valley Boulevard, a white pickup versus a blue, kind of a van over here. Basically, we had a very young, inexperienced driver in the van, started to make the left turn eastbound on 372 onto Pahrump Valley Boulevard, and basically panicked, lost control of the vehicle, and slid over into the path of the white pickup, which was westbound in the right-hand lane. No severe injuries. The one driver of the pickup has got some minor claimed injuries. We're kind of watching him on that, but he's still currently on scene. Basically, it's just a matter of inexperienced driver. He's had his driver's license, his permit, a total of about 2.5 hours, and Dad was with him, and he just said basically lost control of it and panicked.
So the driver that has an injury, he's not going to be transported?
He refused so far, but we're watching him. We've told him that if he needs it, we'll call it back out. But right now, he's refused.
What's some advice that you might have for new drivers or parents that are teaching their kids to drive? Where's the best place to start teaching them those maneuvers and how to drive? Quiet, slow traffic areas. But, I don't know what he's been doing. It'd be pure speculation on this particular driver. Maybe he was doing fine until up to now. I don't know. Without I'm not trying to be condemnation or anything. But yeah, nice slow traffic areas. There you go. Thank you. Is there going to be a citation?
Yes, there will be.
And the second annual Smiles Across Pahrump was held this Saturday at Ian Deutsch Memorial Park. Over 20 bikes were given away, 3 scooters, and many more gifts to kids. Butch Harper held this event to give back to the community and just for the simple joy of seeing children smile.
Well, right now it's not even, it's just 12:15 and there's quite a few people here. Hopefully it's 2 to 3 times more than we had last year. We have 23 bicycles going to be given away, multiple food vouchers. We got other toys. We got razors, scooters, prizes of all sorts. So it's a family affair. It's like an old block party where everybody comes. There's no commercial, nobody making money off anybody. It's just a day for the children. And you put the icing on the cake is when you parents, your grandparents, your aunts and uncles come out here with them and make that day for your child. And that's what this day is all about. Have this community come together and just have a good time.
It's a wonderful event. I know you got a lot of volunteers here today. Tell me what it was like to put this together.
I'm tired. It's a lot of time and effort, and anybody that's involved in it, I just want to say thank you. There's numerous people, but too many for me to remember and mention because I'm having a senior moment. Come on out.
This is so great. And Butch, tell me a little bit about how this is making you smile, what this makes you feel like.
Well, it puts a lot of warmth in my heart, but when I see a smile on these children's faces, that's what it's all about. That's what this country's got to be about. Yeah. And I hope this event just brings this whole town together and enjoy each other's company and leave your differences at home because this day is for the children.
And so next year we're looking at the 3rd annual Smiles Across Pahrump. Are you already thinking about it?
I'm thinking about it next year and the year after. I want comments from the community.
How can people reach you?
751-1257.
And we caught up with the popular group Breathe Carolina at a recent show at Threads Clothing Company on Loop Road. Here's part 2 of our exclusive with Kyle Evan and David Schmidt, who comment on their humble roots.
It's funny that we would sit and we would talk about, oh, what if, we'd always do the what ifs and that would be crazies, but now it's real, you know what I mean? We're sitting right in front of our bus right now and living a dream. It's wild. We got 8 other guys that tour with us all the time, and 10-person crew, including ourselves. It's the dream.
I know your album's even selling in Walmart, so how's it going as far as the record sales? Do you know?
Oh, it did real well. Yeah, we did 41 on Billboard, and can't complain, man. That's real. We got higher up than we did on the last record, so can't complain.
And then where are you guys going from here?
We go to Anaheim tomorrow.
We do, yeah.
Did you guys just come back from California yesterday?
Yeah. It's all. I feel like it's always like that. It's always like Vegas, LA, Vegas, and then whatever, Anaheim, vice versa. You know what I mean? It's always like that. I feel like.
So people can buy your album everywhere. You have a website?
Yeah. You can go to helliswhatyoumake.com. You can go to facebook.com/Breathe Carolina, Twitter @BreatheBand, anything like that, man. That's where we're at. So.
Thank you so much for speaking with us. Nice to meet you both.
Thank you.
Good to chill with you. Yes, thank you.
And you can go to KPVM.TV or KPVM's YouTube site or Facebook to see more with Breathe Carolina. I like the name of their band.
Yeah, we were talking about that, that it's on the Wikipedia article that my son actually put together, saying that he met a girl and wanted her to breathe. We called them the Hall & Oates of electropop the other day. Because it reminds me, the Sarah Smile song from Hall & Oates, and then they're kind of the same.
Breathe Carolina.
I don't know if they appreciate that now. But a presentation was held this morning at Nathan Adelson Hospice on Highway 160. We're here in front of the Nathan Adelson Hospice Building Fund Gauge, which was presented today here on Highway 160. We're going to see the artist do the signing of it, speak to him, to Tanya Brum, and to Sharon Kalin, whose dream is coming through after losing Forrest to cancer. They're hoping to build a Nathan Adelson Hospice right next to Desert View Hospital on Wilson.
Basically, the vine is symbolism of the vine of life. The butterflies are the monarch butterfly, which is Adelson Hospice's logo, so to speak. And the hands and the clock on the bottom are because time is precious. And so I had to incorporate somehow the clock with the vine and the butterflies, instead of having a thermometer or something that was just standard issue, I guess you could say. I wanted it to be, and we all agreed that it should have a little more of a spiritual meaning to it, more of a life meaning to it, because it's a transition period in time. And that's basically what it means.
Tanya Brum, we did a little presentation today. Tell me about the thermometer behind us.
The thermometer, which we really had a hard time naming, so we decided to call it a building fund gauge. Where we came up with that because it sounded better than thermometer. But the idea came up several months ago with Marianne's cousin Bob and John, and they got together and they kind of designed it together. And we just wanted to have something to show, a visual to show how the progress was going with this project. So
we got the monarch butterflies. We're a little under 400,000 right now.
Yes.
People can donate all the time to the building fund, though.
Yes, they can. They would send the check to Nathan Adelson Hospice, but it's very important to specify building fund, because that way they know that it's this particular project. But we're very excited that the response from the community has been wonderful. I mean, considering what the economy's like, we've had an excellent response. Sharon's birthday this year is going to be for the building fund. So there's just a lot of things going on, big and little, and I just find it so exciting. So somehow or other, I never left Nathan Adelson even after I retired.
Yeah. Well, it's got to be Pahrump's favorite charity. How can people contact Nathan Adelson Hospice to donate?
If they want to donate to Nathan Adelson Hospice, you can call me if you have questions, and my number is 702-845-4748. That's my cell number. If they want to send a donation to the Nathan Adelson Hospice Building Fund, they send it right here to the office, Nathan Adelson Hospice, 1401B, Highway 160, 89048, but specify somewhere on the check has to be specified building fund.
Well, it's for my deceased husband is the main thing, and it's a dream. It's a dream that is needed out here in Pahrump. We need someplace for people that are terminal to go, not in Las Vegas, out here. It's so much easier and it costs so much less. Of course, when you're terminal, it doesn't cost you anything through Nathan Adelson, but we've got to go out here in Pahrump instead of Las Vegas. There will be 4 beds and offices. It's on Wilson, right by Desert Regional. It's such a dream. I can't tell you what my husband had gone through. We would go to Las Vegas for treatments. Luckily, I have an oncologist in the office at the present time. So instead of going to Cancer Institute, any cancer facility in Las Vegas, they can go to Kalen West and get a treatment there. And when I met Dr. Mehdi, I said, what a dream. What a dream. My deceased husband sent you. So he's such a fine man. And thank you very much. I love all of you so much. Please help us. We need it so bad.
So to clarify, the Scream It Like You Mean It, the Breathe Carolina, what were you saying about the girl Carolina?
Well, David Smith was actually, a girl named Carolina was really upset, and he was trying to calm her down. So he said, breathe Carolina.
Okay.
Yes.
Now
so there
we've cleared that up.
And
all right.
Speaking of Scream It Like You Mean It, you notice that Rick isn't here.
I know, he can't talk. He has no voice.
He screamed so much at the Comic-Con in San Diego that he can't speak. So we're filling in for him today, and we'll have weather from the desk when we come back.
News 46 weather is brought to you by Healthcare Partners Medical Group, with 5 locations in Pahrump, local doctors and professional staff providing total care from infancy to seniors. News 46 weather is also brought to you by your local dairy farmers. Dairy products are very important in maintaining a healthy body. For more information, you can visit their website at nevadadairycouncil.org.
And today we had a high of 101, winds out of the south-southwest at 7 miles per hour, gust up to 21 miles per hour, the pressure at 29.85, the UV index, which is very high, at 9, sunrise at 5:43 a.m., and the record high back in 1937 is 114 degrees.
Well, that was pretty hot. Well, our low is only going to be 80, which is still pretty warm, winds out of south-southwest at 8 miles per hour. And the humidity at an actual 20%, which is kind of high for Pahrump. Sunset at 7:56 p.m. and the record of 66 degrees in 1944.
Yeah, that humidity's been killing me lately. The high of 101 tomorrow, a low of 79. Winds out of the south-southwest at 9 miles per hour and gust up to 27 miles per hour. Humidity, even still high, 21%. The UV index a little bit lower at 8, which is still very high, and the sunrise at 5:46 a.m.
And I think those clouds help that UV index just a little bit. And here's our 7-day forecast. Windy on Tuesday with gusts up to 27 miles per hour, and Wednesday 24 miles per hour. And look at those numbers there, though. We're going to be in the triple digits Tuesday and Wednesday. Thursday cooling down to 97. Friday back up to 100. Saturday 101, and just climbing all the way through next Monday at 107.
Oh my gosh, it's going up big time.
That's going to be hot.
Today's worst weather is in Colony, Oklahoma, with searing heat.
Yeah, that doesn't look like a too happy of an anteater right there.
I know. Please be sure to subscribe to our free weekly email newsletter. To subscribe, you can just visit our website at kpvm.tv and fill in the form right on the main page. The newsletter is filled with top stories, coupons, articles, and so much more.
And Sharon Engel will be signing her book on Friday, August 5th at the Pahrump Senior Center from noon until 3 o'clock.
And Tivoli Village announces a series of community-oriented events to be held at Las Vegas's newest shopping center and dining destination weekly on Tuesdays beginning tomorrow from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. A variety of vehicles ranging from police cars, ambulances, and tow trucks, even construction equipment, will be on display in the streets of the Tivoli Village. Explore the vehicles inside and out and learn how they operate by people who drive them.
Okay, well, that does it for this edition of News 46.
I'm Deanna O'Donnell.
And I'm Rhonda Van Winkle. From everyone here on the Hill at KPVM, we wish you a safe evening, and we'll see you here again tomorrow night. Until then, good night, Pahrump.